The ice is about to shatter. Ilya Malinin, the American prodigy and two-time world kingpin, is primed to unleash absolute mayhem at the 2026 Milan Games. Official sheets just dropped the bombshell. His free skate layout isn't just ambitious. It is a direct violation of the laws of physics. We are looking at a gauntlet, a quad flip, the mythical quad axel, a quad lutz, and a quad loop. But he is not done. Then comes the heavy artillery, a quad lutz triple flip combo, a quad toe triple toe, and a brain-melting quad Sal-Chow triple axel sequence. Russian icon Evgeny Plushenko weighed in on the tension. He noted that Malinin looked shaken during the team event, cracking under pressure, while Japan's Yuma Kageyama owned the spotlight. Yuma was defying gravity, practically levitating, Plushenko observed. His routine was a clinic in edge work and flow. The legend admitted he had his money on Kageyama, taking the short program, pointing to the Japanese skater's veteran poise. He also tipped his cap to Steven Gogolev's sudden stability, but the million-dollar question hung heavy in the arena. Was Malinin's stumble a rare glitch or a crack in the armor? Skepticism flooded the zone, with insiders whispering that landing a quad axel under the crushing weight of Olympic lights might be a bridge too far. I locked in my prediction 2 hours before face-off, Plushenko stated. It all comes down to gas in the tank. Now we watch to see if the strategy survives the free skate. The quad god needs to dial it in immediately. The mission is to survive without burning out before the individual event ignites. The kid is a bona fide genius, period, Plushenko added. But laying down 4 flawless runs at the Games, that is a mountain very few can climb. I'm concerned for him. It drags up ghosts from the Sochi team event 12 years ago. My final bow. It feels like yesterday and I was already 31 back then. The icon posted this reflection on Telegram. Men's Olympic skating is a minefield unless you are staring at the absolute favorite. Pundits are basically crowning him already, banking on his dual world titles. They look at a technical ceiling that scrapes the stratosphere. Yuma Kageyama is penciled in for silver, though his rocky season casts a long shadow. Even with god-tier artistry, a major meltdown could toss him off the podium, kicking the door wide open. That invites bronze hunters like Russia's Petr Gumennik to the feast. Gumennik is a beast packing serious Ultra-C elements. He is eyeing a 7-quad layout across both segments. If Veronika Dynako's star pupil goes clean, he could vault over rivals like Japan's Sato and Miura. Not to mention Georgia Zagazzi or Italian hopes Grassel and Rizzo. But the margins are microscopically thin. One slip from the top dogs and any of these dark horses could steal hardware. Flipping to the women's bracket, Adalaya Petrosian is the clear apex predator, assuming one thing. She has to stabilize her heavy artillery, the quad toe, and triple axel. Without those guns blazing, Eteri Tutberidze's protege is looking at a street fight against Japan's veteran Kaori Sakamoto. Plus, she has to fend off American powerhouses Elisa Liu and Amber Glenn. Do not sleep on Glenn. She is packing a triple axel that matches the firepower of Japan's Ami Nakai. Insiders suggest that while Georgia's Gubanova and Kazakhstan's Samodelkina aren't the favorites for gold, they are sharks circling the water ready to strike if the leaders bleed. In a bizarre plot twist, supercoach Rafael Arutyunyan, the architect behind Malinin's rise, will be MIA from the boards during the team event. He won't be rinkside for the 2026 kickoff. Reports suggest a massive credentialing screw-up is to blame for this absence. Sources claim the legendary strategist was inexplicably scrubbed from the official US roster, triggering an automatic denial of his badge. While Arutyunyan was offered spectator seats, he reportedly told them to keep them. The fallout is critical. Without the magic pass, he is barred from the venue, unable to even oversee Malinin's practice runs. Meanwhile, Petr Gumennik has been in Milan for less than 48 hours, but his trip is already packing enough drama for a trilogy. Copyright strikes triggered a last-minute panic, forcing him to scrap his perfume short program score. He swapped it for Ongin by composer Edgar Hakobian. Weirdly enough, a different cut of Ongin is also the backdrop for his free skate, creating a thematic doubleheader. His morning kicked off with a rude awakening, a 7 a.m. doping control summons in the village. By 10 o'clock, he was on the ice. Between the hour-long commute and the testing protocols, breakfast and warm-ups were basically a fantasy. Yet despite the mayhem, Gumennik hit the sheet with high spirits. It was his first taste of Olympic ice, even if it was just the practice surface. The main arena sessions were set for the evening. Watching from the boards were his coach Veronika Dynako and, surprisingly, Rafael Arutyunyan. In a twist, Arutyunyan was arguably more hands-on than Dynako, waving Gumennik over after every jump sequence. He was vigorously gesturing technical corrections while Dynako nodded in agreement. The two coaches looked like a unified front laser-focused on the mission. The session itself was surprisingly chill, shared only with Azerbaijan's Vladimir Litvintsev and Sweden's Andreas Norderbeck. The vibe was surreal, so laid back you would hardly believe these were the Winter Games. Picture this. They are resurfacing the ice right next to the boards in a structure that feels like a temporary marquee. It is pitched in the shadow of the main arena. Even the trek to the locker room is an odyssey. It is just another heated tent you reach by crossing a street through an exposed walkway. But here is the burning question. How is the program surviving? Surprisingly, it is thriving. The new track flows seamlessly and the jumps are snapping into the accents with surgical precision. Of the three skaters on the ice, Gumennik was the only one brave enough to commit to a full, mock-short program holding absolutely nothing back. He hammered out a quad flip triple toe loop quad lutz and triple axel, sticking every single landing without a wobble. The artistic direction has completely transformed too. Gone are the dramatic inhalation gestures from the perfume routine. Now he performs a ghostly waltz with an unseen partner. Coming out of the triple axel, he reset, then exploded into a step sequence that carried him right to the final note. Honestly, if you were blind to the legal hurricane raging outside, you would think this was just another Tuesday at the office. The press rail actually broke into applause. But the moment he hit the mixed zone, a handler stepped in, signaling that he was off limits. You could see it in his eyes, the silence was not his call. Yet he still flashed a gracious smile and paused for photos. The irony is thick. The handlers shielding him now are the same ones who should have fixed this mess before the lawyers got involved. Irina Kosteleva, mother of the Russian junior champion, didn't mince words regarding the Petr Gumennik drama and the chaotic lead-up to the 2026 Games. This copyright deadlock over a melody is creating a void louder than any song. It is a brutal reality check. We are practically praying for Peter to find the steel resolve needed to smash through the pressure, crushing him right now. The whole nation is rallying, sending fierce energy to the athlete and his coaching team during this dark hour. Kosteleva's post was blunt and powerful. Petya, you got this. Insiders are already whispering that Adelia Petrosian and Petr Gumennik could steal Olympic hardware if they stay vertical. Despite having 0 world ranking and the kiss of death that is the first warm-up, their technical ceilings are high enough to save them. For Petrosian, that means unleashing a quadruple toe loop and a triple axel. Gumennik, meanwhile, is gunning for 5 quads in the free and 2 heavy hitters in the short. But raw power isn't their only ace in the hole. In a massive stroke of luck, Adelia and Peter are skipping the team event, entirely leaving their rivals to pull double duty. Consider Ilya Malinin. If he grinds through both segments of the team, battle landing his alien-level content when the individual medals are actually on the line becomes infinitely harder. That same fatigue is coming for Yuma Kaori Sakamoto and Elisa Liu.